My name is Morgan, and this is my presentation for the Principles of Interdisciplinary Learning and Teaching 5003. My motivation in completing and obtaining a master's degree stems from my desire to help students that struggle with learning disabilities. Growing up with my own disabilities, I struggled academically and socially, and it wasn't until high school that I started working with teachers that understood how to really help me. These three themes show how our country has adopted and created learning standards, how different frames of thinking and teaching can change what we see and how we learn, and understand how our social, economical, and political aspect of our school system affects how we see and treat our students and educators. My desire to teach is based off a belief that students, no matter what their ability level, deserve a quality education where they are free to explore their passions without labels, and their guardians are given access to the information they need to advocate for their child. I strive to expand my knowledge on how to individualize instruction to suit the learning styles of every student and work to build effective cooperative relationships with their families. But the way our current system is set up, there are many families that come from different backgrounds that fall through the cracks, mainly because of racial, societal, or economical background. Some of the foundational theories in ILT that are explored in this course are behaviorism, where learners obtain information according to their environment; cognitivism, where learners are intrinsically motivated to obtain new knowledge and understand the world; and constructivism, which shows that people have more meaningful learning through socialization. All I use to address the needs of the student learners at various points in their academics and point out what may help or hinder their learning process. These theories form the basis for many of the practices that our educational models are built on and influence how we teach and assess student performance. There are many ways that learners obtain and process information. Some theories that address this are sensory stimulation theory, reinforcement theory, cognitive gestalt approach, holistic learning, and experimental learning. Sensory stimulation theory is essentially our five senses. Reinforcement theory is where the behavior is a function of a consequence. Cognitive gestalt approach is where one learns through experience and problem solving. Holistic learning is where a personality only requires activation for learning to be effective. And experimental learning, where a person learns through. Looking back on my homeschool life, I learned best through experimental learning, where I experienced to watch others perform a task. Looking at this through the lens of a teacher, this method. Some of the key foundational theories that address diverse learners are social constructivism, which is where knowledge is obtained and constructed through interaction with others. A few examples of this would be how students create dialogue about theories behind a popular show, how social stigma can cause change in how people of a reflection and plan of action. Many of the topics covered in this course are looked at their most basic form throughout the undergrad program, but are explained. Over the course of my college career in education, I have not only learned how I can help my future students and collaborate with teachers, but I have also learned more about myself in terms. Some of the activities from this course I plan to one day apply to any classes I may teach in the future and potentially my master's thesis. My main focus would be to use